took everything I had. You tore it all apart. But baby, don't you touch my scarred guitar.
What's up, guys? My name's Sean, and if you landed here, you're watching Scar My Guitar. Now today's video is going to be a little different than the normal video, and the reason for that is because we got something cool going on. Now if you watched the channel and you saw the last video, you saw this machine in operation. It's a drum radius sander for fretboards. Since then, my friend Jim and I have added these little, what I'm calling fretboard tensioners. What it is it holds down the fretboard when you're pushing it through. Just rides right through there really slickly. We added these little lip here to keep it from going curvy. See that? See the little lips on there now? And I've always had the dust cover. Just left it off so you guys could get a better understanding of how it worked and see it in action. But this is way too big to do this little bit of work. So that got me thinking, wouldn't it be cool if I could find a YouTuber that could help me make this thing into a smaller desktop machine? Because this thing is huge. And it's way too big and way too powerful just to do a fretboard. So I reached out to a guy named Adam Dabowski. After talking to him, he liked the idea and he's down with it. He told me, he said, look, Sean, your idea is great, but I can't see inside your head. And I said, that just might be a good thing. But in all seriousness, he said, you're gonna have to sketch some stuff up for me. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna sketch some stuff up for him. We're gonna send it over to him. And I want you to go subscribe to his channel, because you're gonna get the opportunity of a lifetime to watch him bring this machine to life in his 3D software. Now, I already made a post about this, but in case you didn't see my post, this is what's gonna happen. I got an old Exploder back, the Explorer style guitar, you know the one. Go over to Adam's channel, give his last video a good like, and then comment on it. I'll put a link in the description which one I'm talking about, because I'm gonna pick somebody from the comments and give them that guitar. All right, if you're ready, I am. Let's draw something. Now, my original idea for this thing was I wanted it to look kind of like my DeWalt planer. I wanted it to have that same kind of build design. But I'm just gonna do a front view on it right now, so we can just kind of see how the parts are gonna go. So my idea was it would be square, of course. Let's try to make it square without screwing it up too bad. Something like that. Nice square. Right. Now, I don't like the way that the drum sander goes up and down from one side. It's got a thing up top here. You can see how it goes up and down right here. Well, we don't want to have that. We want to have the bass come up to the drum. I found these cool things here online. It's a Scissor Jack. And something a little bit bigger than this would probably fit right under there perfectly. You know what I'm saying? You can just raise it up. The design keeps it level. It doesn't go wobbly or anything. It's just perfect. You just raise it up to the drum instead of having the drum go down to the material. I just think this is going to be better. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to put the motor here. We're going to use a servo motor from a sewing machine. So it's going to be about this big. And then of course the shaft will have bearings here. And they'll be housed right into the side of the machine or whatever. However that's going to work out, I don't know. Something like that, but we're just making an idea. And then it's going to have that finger thing, you know, that goes here, and then it's got like these teeth or whatever. And it connects to the other side, which would be the drum here. Right? We're going to leave a little bit of room for the tape like we did. Right? Leave us a little room for the shaft and the bearings. Giggity. Over here, got our bearings, the shaft. Alright, so then we put the radius in there. Of course, it's got to be curved here. We're not trying to be precise. This is just a sketch of what we got here. Alright, then we got our sandpaper on there. Right? right? Nice. So now we got our motor. Now if the face was here, we could go ahead and put us an on and off switch here. Probably some kind of, maybe even speed control over here. You know what I'm saying? Can make it go faster, make it go slower. I like that idea. Now, we're going to need the scissor jack. It's going to go here. Or scissor platform. We'll change the name. So we'll go ahead and put that underneath there. Okay. So we got our scissor jack down there, our platform. It's going to be like that. All right. He'll go into that. And then the controls to jack it up and down, the little knob here. And then of course we're going to need a tensioner wheel. But on top of this plate here, we'll have those little, there'll be a 0.1 inch. Those little lips I showed you to keep the board from going crooked. You see that? Pencil that in. Okay. Get our platform here a little better. Make our, because those are going to be screws. Big long screws. And then it'll have the bar crossed to go up there to do the scissoring of the scissor. And then we got that, so then we'll go ahead and try to make it more symmetrical. Kind of do that a little quickly. That's what sketches are for. Try to even things up a little. Try to make it a little better, right? It's a little something, something. It's not going to be great, but it's looking pretty good. And then, of course, the tensioner wheel will be there to hold the fretboard down. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a big thing, but it'll just come out here and then it'll be spring loaded on right onto the top of this plate somehow. Maybe it'll have springs here. You know, some kind of way to keep it steady. We're going to figure that out, but this is just a, you know, an idea of what it should look like in the end. What else was I thinking? I don't know, but let's label everything. On and off. This is the motor. Right? It's the old motor there. The drum. Scissor jack. And tensioner. Tension bar. And that's how that thing will be made up right there. And if you ask me, I'm thinking that's pretty sick. But now I'm going to send this over to Adam. And let's see what he comes up with, because I'm sure he's going to change this. Like I said, this is just my idea. This can be much smaller. So in my mind, I think it's going to be a whole lot better than that big old grizzly thing. This guy can sit on a desktop. So that's what we got, boys and girls. Now look, I'm going to ask you to go over and subscribe to Adam's channel, because listen, I'm going to go to his last video. I'll put a link in the description. You leave a comment there and subscribe, like his video, tell him I sent you, because I'm going to be giving somebody that Explorer guitar that I got back. Now this is going to be a costly little project, no doubt. If you guys want to help donate to help me make this thing, it'd be appreciated. I'm not going to use PayPal. I'm not going to use GoFundMe. All those people ask for their cut. So I'm just going to leave a link in the description to my Zelle. And if you do donate, you will be mentioned. I promise. All right, that's going to do it for this video. And until next time, don't you touch my Scar guitar.